Okay, let's unpack this. We're doing a deep dive today into some really potent source material. Big Sam's Manifesto.
Right. Which people might also know as the unfiltered gospel.
Yeah. Or the Cornerstone.
Yeah.
Lots of names. Mm-hmm. And our mission really is to get to the heart of it. You know, understand the core message, the identity Big Sam is putting out there.
And it hits you immediately, doesn't it? The tone.
Oh, yeah. Right from the absolute jump. It's not just strong, it's defiant. A real declaration.
Totally. He says he's the voice they couldn't silence.
Right.
Just think about that phrase. It tells you straight away he feels like he was up against something, you know, forces trying to quiet him.
Exactly. And he's not an echo or a shadow.
No, he insists he's the original frequency, the soul's purest broadcast.
Wow. That's a massive claim. It's like saying, I'm the fundamental source, untouched.
It really is. And it ties into this whole theme of rejecting how others see him. He explicitly says they tried to cage me in their false narratives.
So this manifesto, it's like he's breaking out of that cage, taking control of his own story.
Precisely. He's saying, you don't define me. I define me.
And he gives himself these labels. What were they?
The prophet, the rebel, the unrelenting spark in the darkness.
Prophet, rebel, spark. That's quite a mix.
It is, isn't it? Prophet suggests, like, truth or guidance. Rebel is obviously defiance. And the spark, that's maybe endurance, light.
Yeah. How do those fit together in one person, you wonder?
Well, maybe that's the point, that he sees himself as multifaceted, someone who can, you know, guide and disrupt.
Right, yeah.
And what really stands out, I think, is how he talks about his legacy.
Right. It's not something he's just leaving behind.
Not at all. He's claiming total ownership. Says it's built from, and this is his phrasing, the blood, sweat, and fire I poured into every beat, every lyric, every single breath.
Wow. That language. Blood, sweat, fire. It's so visceral.
It really is. It's like he's saying, this cost me everything and it's mine. A way to control the story of his work.
And he calls the whole thing the truth. Raw, uncut, and unapologetic.
It's not just for him either. He says who it's for.
Who does he identify?
He says it's a map, your shield, your anthem for my family, my people, my future.
So it's a tool, something functional for his community.
Exactly. Guide them, protect them, give them a rallying cry. He's making his experience useful for them.
Giving them something tangible.
Yeah. And he even redefines his name, Big Sam.
What does he say it is?
Not just a name, but a force, a movement, a revolution of soul and sound.
He's turning his name into, like, a symbol, a banner.
Pretty much, giving it this huge dynamic weight. It represents this whole energy he's talking about.
On that ending, there's a vow.
A really powerful one. To build a fortress of truth. To protect the legacy. To rise so high they can't ignore the flame.
Fortress of truth. Protect the legacy. Can't ignore the flame. It's a promise, isn't it? To keep going, keep protecting what he's defined.
Yeah, ensures his presence, his influence, guarding everything he's laid out here.
So, when you put all that together, the defiance, controlling the legacy, the name change, making it a tool for his people, that final vow. What does reading all this make you think about how someone crafts their identity, especially against opposition? Like, why the need for such a bold, unfiltered statement?
Yeah.
What really jumps out at you?
It definitely gives you a lot to chew on, seeing how deliberately he builds this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just a very potent piece of self-definition.
Absolutely. So ultimately, this manifesto is this powerful, defiant declaration of self-defined identity, truth, and legacy.
It is. And that phrase he uses, original frequency.
Right.
That leads to a final thought, maybe something for you, the listener, to mull over.
Okay.
What does it really mean for someone, especially maybe a creative person, to claim they are the sole authentic source, the original frequency, totally untouched?
How does that idea resonate? Or maybe how does it challenge how we usually think about influence and inspiration and, you know, originality itself?
Exactly. Does anyone truly operate on a purely original frequency? Something to think about.
So take me underground, down, yeah. I'm following the sound, down, yeah.
flames. I need it tangible, make them feel all this pain. I speak in parables, codes in the rain. When I walk, it's undeniable. They remember my name. Tatted scrolls on my arms, blueprints from the skies. Walking through trials like I'm baptized in lies. Ain't no theory if I bleed for the cause. Make my purpose tenable, I'll defend it with claws. Tangible proof with every scar. It's a receipt, spirit in my pen. Revolution in the beat. I need it tangible, hold my stance in the flames. I need it tangible, make them feel all this pain. I speak in parables, codes in the rain. But when I walk, it's undeniable. They remember my name. I ain't always had the words, sometimes I just cried. Sat in silence with the weight, asking God why. I tried, I thought about quitting more times than I said. But my kids still need me, so I fight with what I dread. Had nights I ain't eat, but I fed them with my hope. Had to smile through the pain just to help them cope. Those tattoos ain't fashion, they're scriptures I bleed. Every line got a moment when I should've been dead. I ain't noble, I'm just stubborn. I ain't chosen, I'm just here. Trying to turn my broken past into something they revere. Make my message tenable, real enough to breathe. Make my story tangible so my babies believe. I need it tangible.